friends, Jennifer Jennings, your online real estate advice columnist. I am having so much fun with the questions that y'all are sending, so please keep sending them my way. This is a really fun one, and there's been a lot of times that this has caused horrible problems for buyers and sellers in the real estate transaction. I've witnessed crazy things happening at the title company because of this. And so, yeah, just this is a really good one. When I buy a house, when do I get my keys? Seems like it would be an easy answer. Like, I give you, signed documents, you hand me keys, and everybody understands that, as soon as I do that, you're going to give me this. But that is absolutely not the way that the law reads here in Texas. So you get your keys legally when you're required to have a seller turn the keys over to the buyer when the property has closed and funded. The closing is when you show up to the title company, you sit around the table, you get a nice pen, they give you a drink, whatever terms that you wrote on the contract have been written onto a deed. You've got all of your documents securing the note. Everything has been legalized. You've signed, the notary stamps, and you have closed. However, that is not where the seller is required to give you the keys. The seller is required to give you the keys when the seller gets their money, and that's called funding. Funding is when the money is released to the seller and all parties of that transaction. Sometimes that is at the table, like that's called table funding. Table funding is the second that I have the last signature, the lender has already wired the money to the title company and the seller can walk out the door with the check. A lot of times we don't table fund. So usually we close and then the title company takes the documents and they email them off to the lender. The lender verifies that everything is done correctly, and then they release the wire, and then it funds, which can sometimes be an hour or two after you've actually signed all the documents at closing. And this is where it gets crazy. So let's say you're closing at 3 o'clock Friday, and you're done closing at 4, and the title company starts emailing the documents, but your lender is based on the East Coast, so it's already 5 o'clock there, and so they've all gone home for the day, and so you're sitting here waiting for it to fund. Well, you may end up waiting until Monday morning when they all get back to the office. But a seller can choose to give you your keys at the closing table. So, and this is what's happened so many times. You have a buyer that pulls up to the title company with a U-Haul full of their, most prized possessions. They're going to sign and then take a pizza over to the new house and have lunch on the kitchen floor before they move everything in. And then you find out, no, the seller's not giving you keys until it funds. So you're sitting in your U-Haul eating your pizza, waiting for the title company to call and tell you that the money's been released so that you can go back to the title company and get the keys. Pro tip, close early in the morning, because if you close early in the morning, it will more than likely fund that same day. So, seems like an easy question. It's a very complicated answer. Make sure you're working with a good real estate agent and they can definitely help you navigate that through. Thanks, guys. Have a great afternoon, and please email me if you have any other questions. HeyJenRealtor@gmail.com.